My crypto exposure is greater than gold. That's the words of investment mogul and Shark Tank personality Kevin O'Leary, who joins us now for more. Kevin, great to have your company.
Great to be here. Thank you very much.
Kevin, tell us about your immense excitement surrounding cryptocurrency at the moment.
You know, a lot of people, when they consider investing in crypto, just do Bitcoin. They think that that's the entire index, that owning Bitcoin is owning cryptocurrencies. And I don't think that's true anymore, because there's so much going on in decentralized finance. You were just talking about the metaverse, but also payment systems are emerging. And the way to look at it is, if you're going to just own Bitcoin, you're exposing yourself to a lot of volatility and not the rest of where the productivity lies. And that involves owning different blockchains like Ethereum or Solana, and many others are out there as well. And I've done that and said, okay, my largest holding is actually Ethereum. My second largest holding is Bitcoin. And then I've got 20 other positions. And so for me, it's now investing in it as a software platform. The best way to think of cryptocurrency is productivity enhancement in financial services. I own Google, I own Microsoft. Why wouldn't I own the blockchain? But I own a wide, diverse holding of it. And that's the strategy that we've adopted towards the end of the year to get to 7% of the operating company's portfolio.
Yeah, it's remarkable, isn't it? And there's so much potential in the sector as well. And as more big investors and big names get behind the sector, it only boosts that confidence in it. Now, you're a Shark Tank star. Talk to us a little bit about that experience for you. We have to touch on that today.
Absolutely. I've always felt that Shark Tank is about 24 months ahead of the market. In other words, the deals we see, and we just finished shooting season 13, will be emerging into the market over the next 2 years. And so what we really saw, a big change in this year after the post-pandemic. Most of these companies that we saw were created in the basements during the pandemic. There's for example, huge movement towards much higher quality foods. Breads without gluten, lower sugar, reduction of cane sugar, reduction of sodium, all of this in all kinds of different food groups. The other area that was really interesting is a lot of these companies have abandoned retail distribution, have gone direct to consumer. So they're really working hard on forming that relationship and getting data directly from their customers. Most of those were the companies that got financed. And lastly, every one of them seems to have a social mission now. They pick something they want to change. They tie it to the business mantra. And the customers that believe in that social mission become very loyal customers to the product or service. So those are the three things that I really noticed in this season.
Yeah, incredible stuff, isn't it? And I guess we're seeing so many young entrepreneurs as well coming out now and getting in the mix of things with some brilliant ideas out there now, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So honestly, they must be getting something right. Now, you're obviously following the business world closely. What do you perceive as, I guess, the biggest thing to keep your eye on in the year ahead?
I think when I'm spending about 50% of my investment day, when I get up in the morning, half of the time is being spent on new ventures in decentralized finance. For example, WonderFi, a company that recently went public on the Neo Exchange in Canada, one of the first to make a decentralized finance an app on a phone and very easy to use because they're trying to democratize it. One of the challenges in using DeFi, or for example, using stablecoin and staking it and lending it out, it's really complicated and very, very hard to do unless you spend a lot of time in the crypto world. This app is going to make it a lot easier. So that's one investment. The other I'm really excited about is called Immutable Holdings, also recently went public. They own NFT.com, and we're doing a lot of work with them in various NFT spaces. And I think the most interesting aspects of NFT are tying them to physical assets. And the one that I'm doing it with is watches. The watch world is a $20 billion exchange each year of watches that are new or used. And the biggest problem we have in that industry, and I'm a big participant in it, is authentication of the pieces, particularly the older pieces. You never know if they're fake or not, so you have to have some way of authenticating them. We think the NFT methodology is going to work by getting each watch its own NFT, making sure it's authorized on a protocol that everybody agrees is authorization, and then that NFT follows that watch throughout the world and forever as it trades. A really interesting aspect. So that's what we'll be doing with Immutable Holdings.
Now, Kevin, lastly, before we wrap things up, what's your one piece of advice to, I guess, budding entrepreneurs out there at the moment?
What advice I would give them? It's just like the old movie, follow plastics, get into plastics. I think the future, and as I like to say, when I look at entrepreneurs now, particularly ones that are in technology, the hottest hands and the hottest keyboards are those working on decentralized finance. I mean, the technology investment there, the amount of dollars going into that space it's like the internet was just born. So if you're interested in a very high growth opportunity and career, I'd look at decentralized finance. I've never seen such acceleration in interest from the investor base.
Kevin O'Leary, thanks for your time today.
Take care. Thank you.
And